What has become apparent is that Cam Newton has lost his respect, not just by fans, but by NFL organizations. Why do I know this? Because you can tell how much someone loves you and respects you in the NFL by how much they pay you. Last year, Cam Newton was the 49th highest paid quarterback, behind backup quarterbacks like Nathan Peterman, Colt McCoy, Matt Schaub. I didn't even know Matt Schaub was still in the league. And Cam Newton was getting paid less money than him. Well, now Cam Newton is getting paid fringe starter money. He's in conversations with the likes of Andy Dalton. Remember, the Bears are currently trying to replace Andy Dalton with Russell Wilson. He's in money conversations with the likes of Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor was going to Houston as an insurance policy to be a backup. So Cam Newton is still only making fringe starter money. Cam Newton has lost his respect, but he's lost his respect because since 2016, he has the third worst touchdown to interception ratio. He's lost his respect because people have looked up and said, wait, Cam, you've had 9 full years as a starter and you only got 3 winning seasons to show for it. He's lost his respect because last year he played 15 games and only passed for 8 touchdowns and had 10 interceptions. So now the question is, how in the world can Cam Newton get his respect back? Well, Bucky Brooks is back with me, but also joined by a two-time Super Bowl champion, my dog, my friend, Torrey Smith. Torrey, I'm going to you first because you played with Cam. You know Cam well. You caught passes from Cam back when he was balling. How can Cam Newton earn his respect back?
He just has to be himself. You know, we tend to forget these past few years. There's been a multitude of different things that have led to the situation that he's in right now. Cam was hurt, so that kept him from being on the field. And if you can go to as early as last year, Cam was signed right before camp, meaning he had 3 weeks to learn what is known around the league as one of the most complicated offenses and lead that offense and really go win a job. So the fact that he was able to win the job and understand the offense even a little bit was a win in itself. But for Cam Newton to be himself, he just simply has to be healthy and be comfortable. And with the full year in that offense, I'm expecting to see the real Cam Newton because, like you said, you alluded to those stats a little bit. It's been tough for Cam the past few years, but the reality of it is a healthy Cam Newton is arguably the best player in the NFL. And I watched him. I've talked to him. He's healthy. He's happy. He's comfortable in this system. And now they've added weapons to that toolbox. I'm looking forward to watching Cam bounce back and to be the better version of himself.
You know, that version that we will see of Cam Newton, I'm expecting to be better because that version last year, I know, Acho, you always talk about the passing numbers and those things. I thought a couple things were really important. Cam Newton got through the season relatively healthy and unscathed outside of the COVID situation, and Cam Newton scored 12 rushing touchdowns, a number that he hadn't seen since his rookie season. And so when I think about Cam Newton and the way the Patriots are rebuilding this team, we saw them be very aggressive in free agency. Their defense loading up on veterans who can play multiple positions so Bill Belichick can play the style of defense that they want to play. Then thinking about rebuilding this offensive line, Trent Brown coming back, being able to sign Andrews to retain the center, adding what they want to add in the draft, which will continue to build a power running game. The New England Patriots won 7 games last year, and folks, they weren't very good at all. And so if you can imagine them upgrading the talent, that pushes them to 10 or 11 range, and Cam doesn't have to be drastically different in terms of a passer. Cam gets his respect by the way that Acho judges quarterbacks. Wins, playoff wins, significant victories. The Patriots know how to win. Now it's about Cam just playing.
Well, Bucky, let's wrap real for a second then, because I think the common misconception is that Cam Newton has been a consistently good quarterback. Cam Newton is the antithesis of Dak Prescott, in my opinion. What do I mean? Dak Prescott has been consistently good since he entered the league. 13 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins, 8 wins, he gets hurt. Consistency, consistently good, and that's what's made him great. My Hall of Fame head coach in college, Mac Brown, he said, you have to be consistently good to be great. Cam Newton is not that. Cam Newton has very high highs, but he has very low lows. 6-10 rookie year, then 7-9, then 12-4, then 5-8-1. But then 15-1 Super Bowl appearance, then 6-8, but then 11-5, but then 6-8, but then 7-8. Cam Newton has never been consistently good. Cam Newton only has 3 winning seasons, but He won an MVP, Bucky, and that kind of gave us grace over his multitude of sins. I love Cam Newton. This is not a Cam Newton bashing session.
I get that.
Cam Newton is one of my favorite players in the league. I'm using facts during what can be a feeling conversation. That's what I'm trying to do here. So, Bucky, the fact of the matter is, where is your hope coming from when you talk about Cam Newton can be great? Because you haven't seen Cam Newton be great since 2017 at best, or if you're being hypercritical, 2015.
You know, I know we like to think about the National Football League being one that is player-driven, and it is to a certain degree. But to win at a high level, you have to have coaching. I think what we're seeing in New England, he will get his best coaching of his career. Because as you put all those wins and inconsistency on Cam, I think you can put it on the coaching staff and the organization that he left with the Carolina Panthers. Well, now with the Patriots, we know the Patriots have been a model of consistency. And as you said, Coach Brown talks about before you can be great, you have to be consistently good. Well, the one thing we know about the Patriots, they understand that part of it. And so with Cam Newton having a full offseason to master the nuances of the playbook, Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick having a full offseason to study the tape, to see where Cam Newton really, where his strengths are and where his weaknesses are, to now rebuild the offense to put him in a situation where he can be great by minimizing the opportunities for him to play to his weaknesses.
Torrey, I got to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you, the football analyst. I'm not talking to you as a friend of Cam Newton that got him on speed dial. That's not who I'm talking to right now. I need you to separate your dual personalities and let me just speak to the football analyst. You watched Cam Newton play last year. You saw 8 passing touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You watched Cam Newton play last year. You saw the Patriots lose 4 games by a touchdown or less. 3 of those games, Cam Newton contributed to that loss in a major way. Buffalo Bills, he fumbles going in. The Patriots lose by 3. Denver Broncos, Cam Newton can't string together 2 drives after his defense gets him 2 interceptions. The Patriots lose by 6. San Francisco 49ers, Cam Newton throws 3 interceptions in the first 3 quarters, gets benched. The Patriots get blown out. Torrey, do you believe that Cam Newton is still a starting quarterback in the NFL right here, right now?
Absolutely. You know, the best version of Cam Newton, again, he's proven he's been the best player in the NFL before. And we don't have to look any further than the Super Bowl. We've learned and we know that as a player and at the quarterback position, it doesn't matter how talented you are, your environment matters. We saw how the best player in the league right now, Patrick Mahomes, looked when he wasn't protected, when he was running, and when his offense was out of sync. And that's what it looked like all year last year for Cam Newton. And they've added more tools to the toolbox this year with Nelson Aguilar, Hunter Henry. And you're looking at him, and I think of Cam, I think about him when he was his best. He had Greg Olsen there. He had that safety blanket. That safety blanket wasn't there last year. So, yes, Cam Newton is a starter. He's healthy, and I'm looking forward to watching what he can do this year.
Okay, Torrey, I got to wrap with you for a second. I just went one-on-one with Bucky Brooks. I think he beat me to the cup. But now I'm going to wrap with you, Torrey, for a second. You said that Cam Newton is a starter, but he needs help. You played on the Philadelphia Eagles with a man by the name of Carson Wentz. He threw for 4,000 yards, albeit the year after you left, I believe. But he threw for 4,000 yards with no receiver gaining 500 yards. Bucky, or at least one of Bucky's colleagues, has said one of the most profound phrases I've ever heard in regards to a quarterback. You're either a tractor, meaning you are pulling your team, or you are a trailer, meaning you are getting pulled by your team at the quarterback position. So then where do you currently put this Cam Newton? Not 2015 Cam Newton. This Cam Newton, is he a tractor? Is he pulling the team? Or is he a trailer getting pulled by his team?
I think he's a tractor that's going steady. You know, he's been carrying his team for so long, and he was forced to do that. Think about that year when he was the MVP. Right now, well, you played, so it's a little bit different, but there were no Julio Jones at receiver. You had Jericho Cottrell, you had Ted Ginn, guys who were great players, excellent players, but it was more of a complementary role type in the offense. But Cam Newton was Superman, right? That's where we got the Cam Newton Superman mantra from, him being bigger than himself and carrying everyone with him. Now, at this stage of his career, he doesn't have to be Superman. He could just be Cam Newton. And you put him in a Bill Belichick system to have the ability and the weapons around him and the coaching, like Bucky mentioned. Listen, the sky could be the limit for him. Last year was tough. It was tough for everyone. I'm glad that we were able to get ball and to watch some high-quality ball being played. But understanding that Patriots offense and Cam Newton only having a few weeks to learn it, I wasn't expecting him to be a star. I thought he was going to be a little bit better than he went last year, but I didn't know they were going to have that many holes either. It wasn't that visible. So now there's no excuse. If we can have this conversation a year from now, I'm going to be smiling because I know Cam Newton's going to be back to himself.
Everybody needs a friend like Torrey Smith. Bucky Brooks, I got to ask you the same thing because, Bucky, I literally heard this. Either you said it or it was in dialogue with you. The phrase blew my mind. Either you or Daniel Jeremiah. I'm sure you will correct me as far as being a tractor as a quarterback or a trailer. Where do you put Cam Newton? Is he pulling a team forward or does he need so much help that he is being pulled forward?
Oh, he needs a team to pull him forward. He's no longer the guy that once carried the Carolina Panthers, and he did it for almost a decade. I think now, as the quarterback gets older, they need more pieces around him to do more. So when you think about Drew Brees, and look, Cam is not near the age where Drew Brees was, but he needed the support of the team to be able to play at a high level. Even your guy, the GOAT, Tom Brady, he joins a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. Why? Because he didn't have the support in New England to play at the high level. So now when he doesn't have his A game, he can lean on the defense. Or if he's not necessarily being able to push it down the field, he can throw to Mike Evans or Chris Godwin or Rob Gronkowski and others. And so where Cam Newton is at this stage of his career, he certainly needs the support team to be able to do it. That said, you still can win. And if he does win, he gets all the credit. They need to step up collectively for this to get right in New England.
Cam Newton, I need you to win so I can come on here and sing your praises because having to be critical of Cam Newton is like having to eat asparagus for your boy. I just don't like it. Now, Torrey, Cam may not have to be Superman, but they're not going to win if he's Clark Kent. I'll tell you that much.